Welcome to Cat Soup! My name is Kai. I'm a non-binary human, and my pronouns are they, them. And today, I don't know what I'm going to be sharing. It's just going to be whatever matters to me in the moment, whatever I feel like sharing. That's why I call it soup. It's like this big bowl of soup, and you never know what's going to be in there. Hi. So today I'm gonna answer a listener's question. I feel very professional saying that. A listener's question. Someone who's been watching, maybe a viewer's question, who's been watching my Facebook stories, and he posed a question to me. So I'm going to open this up to y'all. If you would like to ask questions of me, I like answering questions, it's fun. So yeah, ask me a question. You can ask for something you want advice on, and I might give you a silly answer to start, and I might give you a more serious answer. With this one, I think I'm mostly just gonna kind of dive in. I got this question, and it was like someone handed me a piece of chocolate, and I was like, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to answer that. So I've been taking like little nibbles, but I haven't actually sat down or wrote anything about it. So I'm kind of just gonna answer it on the fly and see what comes up. So this question comes from Brandon, and I might give a silly answer to start. We'll feel into it, but I will answer it from the heart also. So Brandon asked, how could I impress you? Just some futile online flirting, but really, I want to know your opinion on what you find impressive about people in general. Extreme stunts, kindness, intelligence, and also what does impressed even mean, you know? I'm genuinely impressed by your engagingness and by sharing the way you are. It so impresses me. Because on my own, I was thinking of doing similar things, making videos, being more expressive, which I see a lot in you, and I'm impressed. So what impresses you? Well, Brandon, well, what impresses me? Someone who can spin. No, that doesn't impress me. I mean, okay. I like the question starting off with what does being impressed mean to me? I don't know, now a bunch of just silly images are coming to mind, someone in a bear suit, skateboarding. I mean, I guess I am kind of impressed by people who will do things like that in public, where they just are I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna do my thing. I think there was somebody when I used to live in Edmonton that would just dress in full fur trading wear, a beaver hat and fur and suede and so I mean that stuff, it kind of impresses me, but I also do want to dive into what does being impressed mean? The first connotation I get from that word is pressing into something. I think of impressions, making an impression on someone, which to me makes me think of fossils for some reason. I don't use the word impressed. I don't, it's not a word that I really use in my vocabulary. I very rarely hear myself being wow, I'm impressed. I will say wow, though. I will be wow, wow. To me, that's more a feeling of awe. Whoa, that's so cool, or that's incredible, or oh, my mind is blown, whoa, wow. So that's, I don't think, when I think of impressed, I think of statues, I think of mansions, I think of Porsches, and these aren't things that impress me, but this is sort of what's in my mind when I think of the word impressed. Wow, your house is really impressive, to me means wow, this is really big, and I can't even, to me there's an element of I can't even imagine this. I can't even imagine living like this, or I can't even imagine doing that. Wow, I'm impressed. That's kind of what that means to me. And my nose is really itchy. Yeah. There's this idea of it being out of reach. If I say I'm impressed, it probably means like, whoa, I can't fathom this, or this is out of my depths, or this is out of reach. Or also I just think I'm supposed to say I'm impressed. Like, your house is very impressive. Like, but it's not for me. Like, I don't want a huge house. So that's sort of what I think of when I use the word impressed. So I don't think you actually really want to impress me, because for me it's not a move towards kind of feeling. It's sort of more of a standoffish, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, oftentimes when I say like I'm impressed with someone's, like, oh, I'm impressed, it kind of almost means it's something I'm not interested in doing. But based on what Brandon said, it sounds like he has a different definition of impressed, because it sounds like he's inspired by what I'm doing and he wants to do those things. And there's also an element of maybe him wanting me to be attracted to him based on the futile online flirtation comment. So if I'm answering the question like, well, what inspires me, or what am I attracted to? That's a very different question. I'm like, do I want to answer that question now? I'm attracted to honesty. I'm attracted to people that are self-responsible. And to me, that means, so if I give them feedback on their actions that are harmful to me, they listen to that and they adjust their behaviors accordingly. And like, they can still screw up occasionally, but they acknowledge that and they take ownership for their actions. I find that attractive. I find playfulness attractive. I find dancing attractive. I find people who are like kind of alive and engaged and warm and earnest. I find earnestness really attractive and endearing. And attractive to me doesn't necessarily mean sexually attractive. It just means this move towards, kind of like, I want to move towards that thing. I want to engage with that thing or that person or that being. So yeah, earnestness and honesty I find very, very attractive. I do find, like, if we're gonna go sexual, like, I find like a, you know, like, there's bodies I find very attractive because, you know, they look healthy and they're strong and like, yeah, that's kind of just between like me and myself. So, and I don't want to objectify people, but it's still okay to have that physical response come up in me. So those are things I find really attractive, and things I find inspiring. Inspiring feels like a word more like move towards, but also a desire to kind of almost move up or grow, like oh, like I want to try that, or like I want to grow in that way. People who are really good at relationship, I find that really inspiring. People who are really playful, again, I love playfulness. What else do I find? People who just like are really in their bodies and like are able to express their joy and savor food and savor people. People who are really curious, I find that really inspiring. People who are really comfortable around people. Wow, like that's inspiring. So those are my answers. Thank you for your question, Brandon. I really liked it. I loved diving into that, having a little bite of that chocolate, even though I put it on a spoon because of Kai soup. It's chocolate soup today. Yeah, so if you have any questions you want me to answer, anything you want advice on, I would love to dive into that. I love just sort of like thinking out loud and imagining and just like, yeah, just shifting my perspective and just looking at things from different ways. So thanks. Bye. Oh yes, and so I move in less than a month. My lease is up and I have to vacate my suite. And so I would still very much like and also need help moving to Vancouver. So if you'd be willing to donate to my GoFundMe, here is gonna be the link, not sure where, that would really help me out a lot. So it's there if you want to. Thanks. Bye.